Hi, welcome to City Scene with Mayor Mike Cahill. I'm your host, Walt Kosmowski. And Your Honor, welcome.
Good to see you, Walt.
Good to see you in the studio. And for the benefit of our audience, today we're going to be talking about the Council on Aging, otherwise known as the Senior Center. And before I ask you your first question, Mr. Mayor, maybe you can introduce our two guests here that we have that you brought with you.
Absolutely. So we have a new leadership team at the Council on Aging. I want to introduce to you Suzanne Kosh, who's our new Assistant Director at the Council, and Chris Gomez-Farewell, our new Director. They've both been with us for a bit. Suzanne was already on staff, and Chris came on board in April? March. Chris came to us from Lynn. He was running the Council on Aging in Lynn. So we're excited. We got a fantastic team, wonderful staff over there, and bringing lots and lots of vibrancy to our senior center after a hard time getting through COVID, really, and so it's exciting that we're offering more and more and more and bringing people through the doors.
Yeah, well, that enthusiasm actually, and you're mentioning COVID, brings me to my first question, Mike, and that is, how did the senior center deal with COVID issues and all the challenges that brought? Bring us up to date.
Yes, well, I mean, it was a hard time for everybody. It was especially hard for our seniors, more vulnerable to COVID itself, and really needing a lot of our seniors. Look, a lot of our seniors never stop moving. They're in and out of the senior center if we can get them there, and they're doing lots of other things around the community. For some of our seniors, the socialization of being able to leave their house and go to the senior center and interact with their peers and with our wonderful staff. Yeah. That was really hardest for them, right?
That's a big thing.
Yeah, and so the team with our prior director, Marianne Holak, who retired last year, who'd been there really a long time, and the staff had done some great things during COVID to try to reach out, go from the senior center to people. There was a lot of outreach to meet with people on their front steps when that was what was deemed the only thing that was safe. Then getting people back into the senior center in ways that we understood to be safe at the time. So everybody worked really hard, and there was a lot of phone work and checking in with people, and our team never stopped working at that. And I will say, along with that, we're all just so happy that we've been in a place now that we can have everybody back in the building. COVID's with us forever. I don't know about forever, but the flu, which showed up in 1918, is still here. We're still getting flu shots. So, learning to live with COVID and keep on doing the things that we know are in all of our best interests for our own good health and our own enjoyment and all that goes with it. Yeah, no, for sure. It's going to be part of the equation of how we stay healthy as a community, as a nation, as a world, really. So I'm going to ask a few questions I think our viewers might be very interested to know about the organization. And I'll just throw these out, and either the two of you can jump in, or both. You can follow up. So for the benefit of our audience, what programs and services does the Senior Center offer?
So we offer a plethora of services. Now we're hearing that we offer too many services, but which I think is a great problem to have. We have Tai Chi. We do a plethora of different exercise groups. We have Qigong, Tai Chi, yoga. Now we're introducing a low impact intensity workout program, balance and strength. There's so many. Suzanne,
we have a wonderful program called Walk in the Woods, where we meet seniors out in the community, and we offer hiking through different trails with a group to make it safe. We offer many educational programs and social programs to help people continue to live in their homes. We offer so many outreach services where we reach the community and help them with any services they need in their home, for example, heating assistance or food access. We try to keep the seniors in their home as long as possible so that they can thrive and live within the community they already know.
Yeah. Now, where do you would you go to a place like Sally Mulligan to go for a nature walk?
Yep, I think they're going there today, actually.
Oh, are they?
They're meeting at Sally Mulligan, and there's a group of about 15 walkers, and they stay together as a group, and they hike all the various trails in the Beverly area.
Right, very good.
And that's an example of a program that started during COVID with a state grant as a specific targeted way to get together safely.
Yeah,
it's proven so popular that
Yeah.
we're going to keep going with it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Now, a lot of seniors are don't drive. Do you provide transportation to seniors, and tell us a little bit about that?
We do provide transportation from and to the senior center. We also just started incorporating, we're doing supermarket trips the first and third Wednesday of the month, where we pick up seniors at their house and we bring them to the supermarket to go food shopping. And we do, they do trips to the doctors when they need rides to the doctors or for physical therapy. And we do our own day trips as well. Like we go to the casino once a month, we go out to restaurants, the mall, and other trips according to the season. Like we'll be going to Topsfield Fair, and we'll be going to Brooksby Village Farms, and we do a lot of trips. I think it's important that we do the most we can with transportation access, because we know seniors are really limited in that sense. So we try to be available the most we can.
So you hear a combination of scheduled events and on-request rides.
Right.
You want to just talk about the on-request part of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so on request, generally seniors have to call in like a day in advance, and then, wherever they may need a ride, we offer it.
And do you drive them from their home to the senior center as
Yes.
well? So
That's free.
that's
To
free.
get to the senior center and to get home is free. There's no
Okay.
charge.
Okay. Now, how many vehicles do you have?
You currently have 4.
4. Okay. Yeah, and I know, is Chip still around?
Chip is our building manager.
Okay, all right. I thought I saw him driving one of your shuttle vehicles.
don't
No?
All hands on deck, maybe.
Maybe. We would do that if we had to.
And you mentioned that was going to be my next question. Day trips outside of the area. Now, would any of those involve like overnight accommodations, or just day trip and you come back into Beverly?
The trips we offer through the senior center are all day trips. We do not offer overnight programs. However, we collaborate with All Around New England, which is a company that goes all around New England, and they do also Colette Travel is another program that's coming in this month to present their trips, and those are weekend trips.
Yeah. And
You
Susan,
want a chaperone? You're offering?
May I'm retired now, so I guess I'm available. Susanna, you mentioned that the transportation to home and back was free. Now, what about like if you go on one of these extended trips to the casino or the Topsfield Fair? Do they pay for that?
Those are $3,
Oh,
and that's
$3.
round trip.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's very affordable.
So it's not
It's not cost prohibitive.
yeah,
No.
exactly for the seniors. yeah.
Chris said the Topsfield Fair. You said casinos. That was your default.
Oh.
They do sometimes. I mean, the demand is there, right?
Yeah.
I thought I heard him say casino.
We
Did
do.
you?
We do.
Yeah, okay.
Monthly.
Well, you got to have some fun,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, if you take that $3 and
There tend to be pretty quick sign-ups for those.
Yeah, they're fully booked every month.
Now, you mentioned a little bit about some of the exercise programs. Can you give me kind of a wrap on the health and wellness programs that you offer? Suzanne, you want
Sure.
to mention that?
Yep. So we have exercise programs pretty much daily.
Yeah.
We offer some free programs Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. There's free exercise programs. There are other programs that there's a small fee like yoga, tai chi, balance and strength, and that's because we bring in professionals who come in to teach those programs.
Right.
We also offer line dancing, which is fun and exercise. That's on Fridays. And for other wellness programs, we have wellness visits from nurses that come in. We also offer diabetes programs. We have Alzheimer's groups. We have an Overeaters Anonymous group that comes in and meets weekly. And if there's anything that anybody would like to see at the senior center that we're not currently offering, we would be open to looking into it and providing what people need.
We also have a nutritionist that comes and does a class on nutrition, usually like once a month.
I know you, many years ago, you offered bridge. Have you been offering a bridge?
We have
group?
bridge classes.
You do?
We have cribbage, bridge, mahjong, and Chris is now teaching dominoes
All right.
on Mondays. Yep.
Okay. Now, outside of these health-related things, what if people have problems like balancing their budgets or financial issues, or maybe they need to get to a doctor's appointment or something, are there people there that can kind of help them find their way through some of these things with insurances and getting appointments and things like that?
We do offer. We have Shine Counselor, which is it's for health insurance needs for everybody. So we have a Shine Counselor that comes every Friday, and people can make an appointment, and it helps you weed through your health insurance programs. It helps you find the program that best fits what your prescriptions are, what your ailments may be, and it also, some of them provide transportation. So if that is something you need for appointments, our Shine Counselor can help you find the right programs, because there's a lot to choose from.
Now, is SHINE, is that like an acronym for something, or what?
Yep,
What is,
it's
tell us
serving
about-
the health insurance needs of everyone, and a counselor is certified to offer those types of
Now,
recommendations.
is that a Beverly-specific thing, or is that
That
a
is
statewide?
statewide.
It's statewide, yep.
Okay.
And, but we have a counselor that's in every Friday. And a lot of people know her. Her name is Fatima. She also works at Beverly Hospital. She is wonderful. And we have another Shine counselor, Susan, who, because open enrollment, which is coming up soon, is extremely busy. So she also books on Wednesdays.
So I would assume that the state gives you some funding for that person, for the SHINE program?
Those people are
Yeah,
provided by the state.
yeah, yeah.
We also have on staff our own social worker, licensed social worker, Amanda, and we have an outreach coordinator as well.
Yeah. Now, you just mentioned your staff. So tell us, apart from the two of you, tell us what the rest of your staff would be the makeup. How many people and what kind of specialties do they
All
have?
right, so we have our outreach coordinator, Claire, which is essentially, she's almost like a social worker. She's just not licensed yet. She does a lot of stuff, helping, connecting people with different services in the community. And then we have Amanda, our social worker. We have Gail, our volunteer coordinator. And we
Sandy,
have Sandy,
our activities coordinator. We
Chip.
also, yep, Chip,
Chip,
as you mentioned.
and we have Brendan, who's Chip's assistant. And we have our driving department. We have Michelle, the transportation coordinator. And we have 3 drivers, Linda,
Okay.
Dennis,
Peter.
and Peter. Yeah.
Okay.
And front desk. We have a front desk
Front
coordinator.
desk, front desk person, yeah. Now, seniors, is there a minimum age that you have to be in order to join the senior center?
It's supposed to be 60 plus, but we're not, we're not pulling people away if they're 58 or 55. And
Okay.
And you don't have to join, right? I mean, it's a community's building, right? And the programs that are staffed through the COA are for the community. Generally, it's for seniors. So how do you define that?
Yeah.
I mean, for housing purposes, there are federal and state definition or ages, and they go anywhere from 55 to 60 to 62 to 65. So it's really, if people want to come down and they're in that general age
Sure.
range,
Sure.
they want to come down and take advantage of the programs. That's the doors are open.
Yeah, as you say, Chris, you're not going to turn anybody away, right? Yeah, because the spectrum that could be, you could have people from their late 50s, early 60s to up to the 90s. So how do you, I mean, do you have programs that maybe are more specific to younger seniors, if I can say that still have a lot of vim and vigor, that maybe are not as restricted, health-wise? Do you have programs for that particular
so
group?
our low-intensity workout program that we're incorporating now, it was something that a lot of the seniors wanted to do, and it's more a little more strenuous work, but they definitely put it down to a level where our seniors can do it, and there's a lot of excitement around that, and a lot of our community trips that some of the younger seniors wanted to go to, and we have a bocce club that the seniors love as well, and a lot of our events that we're doing now, like we incorporated. Well, it's not so much catered to younger seniors, but to the community as a whole. Is we want to expose like different cultures and countries, and we started with Africa 2 months ago. This month we're doing Polynesian culture. Next month, in celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month, we'll be doing an event where different food and music and dance of that culture.
Okay, and does somebody come in and like maybe give a talk or
Yes.
explain what that? Yeah, and so you get these people, these experts, or maybe they're from that country and have lived there for a while, and
Well, and not to oversimplify, but when you think about it, the different ways in which people can learn about and best identify with other cultures are through music and dance and food, and they're also fun ways to do that. I think what you're asking is, are there some more scholarly or lecture or conversation
lectures
and sharing of
yeah.
things, and I think that those are some of the kind of things that we want to start kind of layering in and adding in. I will say, just because if I don't, to use your own words, the vim and vigor piece, some of our most seniors have the most vim and vigor of anybody who comes through the door. So we got to be careful about that too.
Well, no, I didn't mean to say that the older ones have lost it, because it's like a bell-shaped curve. You get some people in their 90s that are more active than some people in their 40s. And illnesses and everything, things like that take effect. But yeah, that's exactly, Mike, what I was driving at is. Something like lecturing on a culture and whatever, because certainly music is the universal language, and you get to, and also the food, you get to. It's a good way to, to experience another culture and learn about it. So we talked about becoming a member. So what are the steps? How does one become a member of the Council on Aging?
It's very simple. They just come in and register. There's a simple registration form, but people are coming in all day, like Mayor Cahill said, and we're not stopping people. Are you registered or not? But
the whole idea, I mean, what's the point of registering? So you can get the monthly newsletter, so you know better about what's going on. It's a resource for the community, and for the community that's a little bit older.
The registration is actually quite important because it helps us. We enter the names into the computer system, and it helps us with the data that we collect. Find out what events most seniors are coming for, and when we apply for grants, we can have the numbers to back us up for certain parts.
that makes a lot of sense, Suzanne. So you want to make sure you're providing the kinds of programs and services that the people want. So you're not providing something that, sign up and nobody signs up. So.
And I think it's important. You feel like you're part of the club, right? Because you get a key card that you scan when you come in, and you get to select which activities you'll be participating in that day. So it really does help us with tracking.
Well,
So I'm going to say this.
Sorry, Mayor.
No, that's okay. I'm going to say this. To those who might watch this who don't consider themselves joiners, please come down anyway and check the place out. Don't feel that that you have to be overly formal about coming in and checking the place out, because it's there as a resource for all of our seniors. And I understand the point. We just don't want to exclude by in any way, as people are thinking about checking out the senior center and what they might enjoy taking part in.
Well, I asked the question for the benefit of our audience because my wife and I just became members of the senior center, so I have my little card and everything. So. Thank you for that. One question I want to ask: BevCam has been hosting, or the Council on Aging has been doing a show here in BevCam since about 2008, Living the Good Life. And is there what are any current plans to revive that, or what's the situation there?
We do have plans to revive that. It's the assistant director's job to get that going, so that would be me. So I'm new to it, but luckily with the help of BevCam, we will be producing more of those. It's just a matter of getting the staff fully staffed at the senior center. We have one more position to fill, and then we'll be able to concentrate on that.
Yeah, that was a very, very successful program. And I know for a fact that that show was the first show that was produced on BevCam that reached 100 episodes. And I think by now you've probably gone over the 200 or maybe even 300 mark. And good friend Bob Hobbs was the host for many years. He enjoyed doing that. Yeah. Now, is there any other services that are kind of unique to the senior center that you offer? Did we miss anything? Anything
Yes.
that you'd like? Well, I'm glad I
We have a
asked.
fabulous library.
Okay,
And
tell
if
us about
anybody
that.
saw it, was at the Senior Day in the Park, you would realize that the Senior of the Year this year was Claire Lundberg, who volunteers and runs an amazing library at the Senior Center. She also, along with another woman, offers tech help. So if you need help with your Apple products or with an Android, you can make an appointment at the senior center. We also have a seamstress who you can drop your items off with at the beginning of the month and pick them up a few weeks later and have some items taken care of for your
I have used her.
wardrobe.
What's her name?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot.
I used her. Yeah,
Yep,
I did.
she's wonderful.
About 5 years ago, I had. Yeah.
Yeah.
I lost some weight, and I had to have all my clothes.
We also have the root lunch that comes in once a month, and they'll do a specialized meal.
Yeah.
And it's a big hit with the seniors, and they'll come
Yeah.
in and they'll cook it using all like organic products, and it's a big hit as well.
Yeah. Now, I know that you have a kitchen back there, and so tell us a little bit more. Does the senior center offer like a lunch or breakfast every day, or just certain specific meals on certain? How does that work?
We do offer lunch every day.
Every day.
And then we'll have like snacks as well
Okay.
there, and coffee and water.
Okay. And is that do you pay for that?
It's a suggested donation of
Okay.
$1 or $2.
Yeah. And who prepares the meals? Are these people that you pay or hire? It's volunteers or?
Yeah, it's catered in, and then we have people that will put it in warmers and take care of it and then serve it.
Offered by Senior Care.
Senior Care. Okay. All right. Scott Trenty's organization, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly.
And that's where they also run the Meals on Wheels program out of our kitchen as well.
Right, right. Well, it's funny you should mention that, but our good friend Nino Lombardi, who just recently passed away, had a show on BevCam called Color by Nino, and I was at his house one day last year, and there was a knock at the door, and it was Meals on Wheels. It was one of my friends from the Beverly Rotary Club doing his rounds with the meals. So that's very good.
Well, can I throw something in here?
Absolutely.
Something that Suzanne and Chris have started that I'm really excited about is they've started these regular conversations to try to make sure that everybody in Beverly feels welcomed, fully welcomed and belonging at the senior center. So we've had conversations around LGBTQIA issues, particularly for seniors, and also conversations around the growing diversity in the community. Really, we get a lot of people in this community who we want to better plug into the services, the programs, the community that the senior center provides. You want to just, because I've been to both of those conversations, they were really vibrant and fantastic.
Yeah, so we do a LGBTQ plus discussion group every month, and it's been really good. We've had really good conversations, and then we also do TED Talks every month on different subjects.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I think it's important that everyone that comes to the senior center feels welcome and that they belong there. So that's a theme we try to carry throughout with all the staff and everyone that comes, just to feel welcomed and accepted and loved.
Yeah. Now, I know a few years ago on one of the Living the Good Life shows, they talked about a program that they were instituting called Senior to Senior. The seniors at the senior center were talking to the seniors in the high school, so they, the age gaps, and to get some commonality there over like a meal and just chat. Now, is that still in effect?
That's the Breakfast Club.
That's the Breakfast Club.
So we're working with the high school right now. Each month we will have a breakfast together with the high school students, and we'll alternate. One month it'll be at the high school, the next month it'll be at the senior center. This next one coming up in October will be at the high school, and they're very excited.
Yeah.
So we're excited about
Yeah.
that program.
What kind of an attendance do you get at those, Suzanne?
We get a lot of seniors from the senior center that go. I'd say at least 20 to 30.
Wow.
And then for the high school, it varies. A lot of times the seniors, towards the end of the senior year, they're starting to have other activities, or they're going on college visits. But right now they have about 20.
Yeah.
So it'll be about equal when we get started.
Yeah.
We also do stuff with Gordon College. The kids, they come over as well for game nights,
Yeah.
and they'll play with the seniors. And actually, I was speaking with a new choir director here in Beverly High School yesterday, and we're looking to increase some intergenerational program amongst us as well.
Yeah, so Lynn's left, right? Lynn Polanin?
She
Good look.
retired. We started teaching together at Memorial.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Yeah. Now, you also, I believe, take Gordon, or not Gordon, but Endicott students on for their, what do they call it? Where you go?
Some of their semester-long internships.
Internships.
That's the word I was looking for. So you still doing the internships with the?
Yep.
We BevCam did that for quite a number of years with Endicott College. So
Yep.
you still?
We have lovely interns. This year, we're coordinating a fall leaf raking program, so the interns will be in charge of that. They'll be helping out with the breakfast club. They help out with our holiday bags during the holiday season. We try to reach out to homebound seniors and bring them holiday bags and some company.
Yeah. Yeah. Excellent.
I
Excellent.
also think it's important, we haven't really mentioned that, we've been going out to all the senior housings as well and kind of doing presentations on all the programming and services we have to offer, to kind of get those seniors to come back out and be more active in the society again. And it's been great, and we've met a lot of new seniors, and we've got quite a few new members in doing so.
So you're really doing that kind of outreach. Is that something new, or has that been going on for a long time?
I mean, it's a new team.
Yeah.
So I think, and we're still coming out of, I say coming out of, I mean, the pandemic, ran its course. But so I think the timing has been great for this kind of outreach. It was probably done some years ago, but I think, doing it on this side of the pandemic and, and really plugging a lot of people in for the first time or back in.
Yeah.
If they used to participate and then kind of it lagged for understandable reasons, but I think it's been fantastic.
Yeah. So we just have a couple minutes left, so I'm going to ask maybe the two of you to give your kind of sales pitch to the audience about the senior center, and then I'll let the mayor sum up at the end of that. So you want to go, Suzanne?
I'll go.
Okay.
Okay. To all you seniors out there that have not come down to the senior center, please come down. We have so much to offer you. And if you're not sure what you want to come in for, give me a call. Suzanne, Assistant Director. I am happy to answer any questions you have, and I will welcome you at the door.
Yeah. So we don't have that up on our screen, but I imagine that we can post-edit that. Somebody nod in the control room. Can we post-edit that in? Yeah. I'm getting a call from the control room, so they'll post in that with your number, okay?
Sure.
Yeah. Chris?
Yeah, for all those seniors that aren't currently coming and the ones that have kind of lagged off a little, we want to see you at the Senior Center. We have a beautiful building. We have so many activities and programs. And like Suzanne, if we don't have something that you're currently interested in, just let us know, and we can meet and discuss it. And we want to be a building for the community, and everyone's welcome, and we hope to see you there.
Oh, great, Chris. So, Your Honor, Mr. Mayor, Mike.
Sure.
So why don't you summarize for us?
Sure. First, thanks, Walt. This is a great conversation. We work really hard to provide services for you, our seniors, and this team is top-notch. And the people back at the senior center who aren't sitting here with us, the whole staff, and all the senior volunteers who help each other out. It's just a great community. Please come down and take part in it.
Yeah, very good. Okay. Well, thank you all, Mike, Suzanne, and Chris. Thank you for coming on the show. And I'd like to remind our viewers that you have been watching City Scene with Mayor Mike Cahill. I'm your host, Walt Kosmowski, and we'll see you next time.